All right, guys, so in this video, we're heading back to Echo Highlands in the city of Lake Elsinore. It was one of my most popular videos last year, and we got about 15 homes left in this community. I guess 20 if you count the models. So I got some quick move-ins. This is a really good community for people who are gonna be commuting to Orange County because you're just right over the hill and you're there. We got houses priced from the mid 500s for their smaller floor plans all the way up to the mid 700s for their biggest floor plans. The other thing, if Lake Elsinore is not your spot, they have this exact same set of houses in Winchester in a super low HOA spot that's right on the border of Menifee, with like really good access to things that are already built and things that are coming soon. So anyways, let's go ahead and hop into this video.
Do you work on this side of the hill but need to live on that side of the hill? That way you're not paying $1.2 million for a townhome? What's going on, guys, and welcome to Somewhere in SoCal. My name is Mike Devlak, and on this channel I show you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. In today's video, I am in the city of Lake Elsinore, right on the other side of Ortega Highway, where I know a lot of you guys are wanting to live in a more affordable place, but you still need to commute to work down in Orange County. So we're in a prime location where you are going to be seeing houses today that start in the low $500,000 price range. That's right, you can get a house right here that I'm going to show you today for as low as $509,000. They actually have 5 different floor plans available here. We're going to tour 4 models. I'm actually going to take you into 2 quick move-ins to show you guys, like, yes, these are models, but what do you actually get out in the field for your real money? And they're not models, but surprise, surprise, some of them are actually pretty cool. And there's even one with a really cool incentive where you're starting at a 3.6% interest rate, which is mind-blowing. I'm also going to hop on the map and show you guys what it's like to actually live here. We're over schools, shopping, medical care, all that sort of stuff. All right, spoiler alert, the schools, elementary, middle, high school, all within about a 5-minute drive. Shopping, you've got Target and Costco 10 minutes away, a gas station and supermarket just about 5 minutes away, and we are super close to the lake. All right, and even some of the houses I'm gonna show you today have lake views on top of these gorgeous hills, views of the hills, beautiful nature, lots of cul-de-sacs in here. All right, speaking of the community, all right, Echo Highlands, we're gonna have an HOA of $123 at build out. All right, there are 2 community parks that are built throughout this area. Also covers community landscaping and that sort of stuff. Also, the property taxes are about 1.85%. All right, that includes special assessments, millers, all that sort of stuff. So anyways, I don't want to bore you guys too much. I want to go ahead and get this tour started, but a couple things, little housekeeping real quick. All right, if you like anything you see today, make sure you go ahead and reach out. Be like these people, all right? I help tons and tons of people. All right, whether you're coming out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whatever, reach out. I would love to be your local guide to the area and help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. The other thing, if you like the sort of stuff, we're touring new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. If you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way stay up to date on everything going on in the local area. Anyways, let's go ahead, jump into this first house and get this thing started. All right, so first up, we're gonna start off with their most affordable floor plan. This right here is gonna be the Alder. It's gonna be 1,569 square feet. You're gonna have 2 to 3 bedrooms or a den option there, 2 bathrooms, and this one starts at $509,000. All right, so like I said, this is kind of their most affordable floor plan right here. See, this is currently the sales office, but that will be that garage. All right, 2-car garage there, but let's go on up and see this one as we walk in. Nice little entryway as we come on through. And then I love the way their houses smell here. Prep Point does a great job with the smelly, making things smell good. It is a really nice entryway as we come through here. So they've kind of decorated the walls here. I love that accent wall here with kind of that paneling and the color there, pop of color, that mirror. Very nice touch. But anyways, so right here we have bedroom number 1. Now this is what could be that den area. So depending, you know, what part of the purchase you buy this at, this could be set up as a den with 2 bedrooms. But right now this is bedroom number 1. Got that window looking out to the front. A little textured wallpaper stuff. Kind of cool. Closet over in the corner. And just like a normal little setup. And I got higher ceilings here too. So you have the 9-foot ceilings. Let's walk on further down. Like a little basket thing. And then over here we have the garage access. So it's currently to the sales office there. All right, but then we got our little entryway cabinet landing area right here, decorated nicely. Walk further on back and kind of just open up to our living area here. So I'll give you a nice little pan to show you what it looks like, give you a little feel. Let's open this. Oh, that's locked too. Not sure what that is. All right, coat closet or something. All right. Bedroom is there. So let's just start over here. We'll start with the kitchen. Got a really good sized island right here. You got the pendant lights hanging down. They got 3 fitting comfortably right there. You know, something I always like to point out is kind of how the sink is not in the middle of the island. You got that separate on the back over here. So you can have your people just hanging out around the island right here. Cool little entertaining spot. You got your dining area, your living room. You got access to the TV right there. So really nice setup right here. And then back off in this corner, you're gonna have our laundry room. So that's a little bit unique about this, so that you get to carry your clothes through the kitchen, right? But you got the built-in shelf up there. A good amount of windows in here though. All right, then across the way over here, you're gonna have our pantry. Doubt it comes with the glass door standard, but really good sized pantry for this house. I've seen houses that are much bigger have a much smaller pantry, so I'm happy with this amount of space there. All right, but off to the side over here, before we get to the other stuff, let me just kind of go out of order because it's a unique layout. All right, we're gonna have a bathroom here. So bathroom number 1, kind of right off of that kitchen living area. All right, so you have bathroom number 1 here, shower tub combo, all the normal stuff. And then right next to that, we got bedroom number 2, kind of tucked in the back over here. This one feels much bigger than that first bedroom, which could be turned into a den. A nice little spin there. Once again, not the most optimal setup for a TV, but you got the window out there, let the natural light in. A little closet there with those wooden closet doors. I feel a little discombobulated, kind of going out of order, but it's a nice little flip. Pretend you just woke up in the morning and made that walk, or your kid did if you're there. All right, so we have a little dining area, designated dining area off of that. Honestly, with this size of house, you might even be able to just use this island as your main dining area. Maybe use more of this space for living area. Totally up to you. Just some thoughts. Get it around for you guys though. Little workstation, like the tree in the corner. Pretty good sized open living area right here. I like the way they got this one set up. Nice big window and the slider looking out to the back. Nice big area rug. That's a really cool table too. I like that. Have a nice feel to all this. Now let's go back and see if there was in the backyard here. You and the new. Oh dang! Oh guys, look at this view. Oh. I'm a sucker. If you guys have been following, you know I'm a sucker for views. Hillside views. And you got the lake views out in the front potentially. All right, so you got the covered patio out here. Nice touch. Beautiful weather today too. All right, once again, these do come as blank canvases, but giving you guys a little taste of what could be. Yeah, this is so peaceful. I mean, you guys can hear it through the microphone. You hear the birds chirping, and you guys can't feel the breeze, but it feels amazing. Anyways, all right, let's go in and see the master. So the master is kind of just tucked off into the back. So we got all the living area, everything up there, and then boom, the master is tucked in the back over here. Really good sized master bedroom. Ooh, cool wallpaper back there too. You got the one window there, window off to the side over here looking to the backyard, but I like it. Pretty good size to this. I like those 3 mirrors too. Little break up there. You walk back here, you got our master bathroom. All right, so you got the walk-in shower right there. You got kind of a his and hers. Dual sinks there with your drawers and cabinets and medicine cabinets and all that stuff. And then over here, we've got our walk-in closet. Kind of a walk-in. This is, I'm not going to do the spin test. It's kind of on the smaller side if I'm being quite honest. All right, so depending how much clothes you guys got or shoes or whatever. And I guess I'll just go in just to show you, like my arm's sticking out. I'm just keeping it real for you guys. My arm's sticking out here. Like I cannot spin in here. So I don't know. Just staying on my spin test just to show you guys that I can do it. All right, so I want to give you guys the accurate info, not the biggest closet. All right, then you do have our throne area right there. So yeah, overall, pretty solid floor plan here. Again, this is the Alder, 1,569 square feet. You got 2 to 3 bedrooms, depending what you want to do with that front bedroom, whether you want to get that a den or whatever. All right, you got 2 bathrooms. You have the option for this covered patio behind me, and this one starts at $509,000. Next up, we're gonna check out the Mariposa. All right, this one here is 1,758 square feet. You got 3 beds plus a den, the option for 2 to 3 bathrooms, and this one starts at $605,000 right now. You got a little feel for this one from the outside, and once again, just soaking up those views of the hills. Let's show high enough. You guys see the water? I don't know. We'll go see the water later. Anyways, let's walk on into this guy. All right, so this one's almost $100,000 more than the one that we just saw. All right, but I think it's because that one's got, like, you guys still develop the options and stuff. So this one that's currently available probably has options already pre-selected. Let's walk on in. Kind of got like a little side door entry here. So your front door is technically on the side. There we go. All right. Boom. All right, so walk on into this one. Got a nice little mirror there as we walk on in. You just got your laundry room straight ahead, and we'll kind of just do a, I guess I'll just walk to the middle here and kind of just give you a spin of what's to come, and then we'll start to the left. So you got the living room area over there with our little office dens here. We'll go back there in a second. But if I spin to the left, all right, we'll kind of just go through our normal living area. So I went to the left. We got bathroom number 1 right at the front of the house. Your mirror, your normal stuff. Shower tub combo, toilet. All the normal stuff in main bathroom. And that'll be the bathroom for this kind of side of the house where you see some bedrooms. So we're gonna have bedroom number 1 right here at the front of the house. Have that window looking out to the front. Kind of just feels like a standard sized bedroom. Maybe even a little small because it's kind of a smaller bed. So depending on the size of the person standing in this room, might be a tad on the tight side. Feel for this though. Not too shabby. All right, let's go next door, see what we got. Further on down, so we got our garage access right here. That'll be our garage access to the 2-car garage. We got bedroom 2. Ooh, that's kind of cool. A little outlaw room. I like that. I like that wallpaper up there. I don't know if it's wallpaper, but whatever those designs are, it's pretty cool. I think this little cowboy room. The outlaw hideout. I got a little whiskey bottle for a little kid's room. It looks like maybe. I don't know. A little bookshelf thingy there. I like this. This is cool little setup in here. Closet off the side there. Cactus in the corner. Anyways, all right, let's go back to the other part of the house as we go through here. All right, so immediately as we walked in the house, you guys saw this, or might have been weirded out, who knows. All right, but you got our laundry room right here, so you got the hanging cabinets up top there, washer dryer hookups, all that kind of stuff. Next to that, you got this little mudroom, flex room. I've seen it set up as an office maybe, although you do have that den thing right there. I don't know exactly what you would set this up as. Could be a doggy room, game room. Not too sure, but it's extra space for you. All right, then right here we kind of have our coat closet. All right, and then over here we got that den area. It's a little home office type deal. I mean, I guess in theory you could probably eventually door this off and make this into another bedroom or something. But right now, just set up as a den. I do like the kind of accent there with this wood paneling stuff. Fan of that. I like this little bookshelf in the corner too. And you got the window here kind of looking out to the front porch and then off to the side back here. So this is kind of cool if you're someone who works from home. Nice little setup here. Now everyone's got kind of different situations, but I feel like this could work for a lot of people. All right, anyways, we'll walk on into the good stuff now. All right, so we're into the open living area. Ooh, I like the countertops. All right, so we'll start off with the kitchen. Lots of space here. A nice big island. Oh, loving the countertops. I suppose you could hang the pendant lights from those 2 spots or maybe get them done, I don't know. All right, but you have the nice farmhouse sink over here, lots of cabinet space, countertops, the extended backsplash. Liking the feel of this thing. Very nice open feel in this house. And I also like the way I skipped over this earlier, kind of on purpose, but this kind of naked wall here, the way they decorated this, like, you know, I can see myself or my wife doing this too, like family pictures and some really cool trinkets and stuff right there to decorate that kind of, you know, naked wall. Nice. So we got the pantry back over in this corner over here. Decent sized pantry. We'll pop in pantry there. Got our designated dining area with the area rug. Big old window looking out to the side. And then we've got our, basically our living room set up. Once again, with a nice big area rug. You got that couch pushed in the corner. Lots of natural light in between all those windows and the glass slider and everything. Very cozy. I can just see myself watching movies, Netflix, shoot, even even football on Sundays here. Just chilling out and like the vibe in here for sure. All right, let's go back and see the backyard on this one. All right, so once again, you have the option for a covered patio on this. A little playhouse there. I'll give you guys a little taste. All right, if you don't get the covered patio, all right, you're just gonna get like one little cement block on the ground right here. So keep that in mind. Anyways, let's go see the master now. So same as the last house, kind of just the master up, you know, off the back of the house, kind of separate. This is a larger master, it feels like. The windows looking out to the back and the side of the house. Texture wallpaper too. This texture wallpaper. I'm a fan. A pretty good size room there. Nice spot for the TV. Go into the master bathroom. We'll start off with a throne area right here. Got our walk-in shower with the black trim, loving that. And the dark finishes too. And you got that tile work all the way up. I like that a lot. Got the dual sinks, all the normal stuff. I'm gonna skip this. All right, here we got kind of just a linen closet. And then, you know, this is kind of a weirder shaped closet, if I'm being honest with you guys. All right, so we're in it. You got that little rod and rack and those two. So it's kind of, honestly, let's be real, it's a weird shape. So the two closets are kind of on a weirder shape. So maybe you can make it work, maybe you can't. I don't know. That's for you guys to decide. Anyways, that wraps this one up. This was the Mariposa. All right, 1,758 square feet. You got 3 bedrooms plus that little den area, 2 to 3 bathrooms. And then you have the option for the covered patio. I guess a little flex room off the laundry room could be another bathroom is what it looks like here. Anyways, this one starts at $605,000. Next up, we've got their last single-story floor plan right here. This one's called the Holly, and it is a fan favorite. All right, this one right here is going to be 1,941 square feet. You got 3 to 4 bedrooms, plus a den, 2 to 3 baths. And this one starts at $625,000. And as you'll see in a moment, this is, at least in the one in Winchester, this is a huge fan favorite when I take people to see it. But we're just under 2,000 square feet, single-story, with a really nice layout that I think you guys are going to enjoy. So walk on in up these stairs into this little porch hallway thingy. My code for the day. Yeah, first time all day I got on the first try. Anyways, all right, so we walk on in here. You get this nice little hallway going all the way down. You can see straight out to the backyard. I love what they've done with the mirrors here on these naked walls as we enter. And kind of the entryway table over there. But I'm gonna turn to the left first. Loving the artwork and the setup here. We'll turn to the left and we've got bedroom number 1, kind of right here at the front of the house. Got a little skateboard theme to it. Feels nice and cool in here. The AC and the fan blasting. Like it. Feels really good. I might just stay in here for a little bit. It's not even a hot today, it's only like 82. Anyway, so nice setup here. Little skateboard room. All right, we'll across the hallway over here, and we got bathroom number 1. All right, pretty, actually, so my first impression was like there's a lot of space like from here to the bathtub, so it feels pretty big. All right, but we got our normal stuff here. You got our sink, our mirror, throne. You have a window there looking out to the side, and then we got our shower tub combo right there. Going in further and see what we got. All right, so that's gonna be our garage access right here. Comes into the main hallway. And over here, we got dude bra. We got bedroom number 2 right here. This feels skinny. Feels like I'm in a shoebox, kind of. I don't know. It's doable. But skinny and tall. Maybe it's because maybe it looks like Vans. I'm actually wearing Vans today. Anyways, all right, so a little skinny room. The closet's there, not the most optimal setup for a TV if you wanted to get one in here. Give you guys a little feel, show you guys everything. Turn out this way. And look, we got standard storage in lieu of third bathroom available. Over here. So we're gonna turn to the right, and we've got an extended coat closet basically here. So double door coat closet, storage area right here. This little workstation thing set up, little cutout. Actually, I'm a huge fan of this. I love the wood paneling there. I think this is an awesome spot. It's like you don't have an actual den like some of the other houses we saw per se. This is a nice little workstation depending on what your situation is. I know I wouldn't be able to do it because I got 2 little kids at home that don't let me work unless I have a closed door. But this is a nice setup here. And then right back off of that, you're gonna have a laundry room. You have the washer dryer hookups, a floating shelf up there. You got the utility sink and the folding counter and the cabinets, all the stuff. And then this right here is kind of just the brains of the house. So when they come to set a Wi-Fi or whatever, that's kind of where they hide that instead of some random corner with wires everywhere. All right, and then right here we got our bedroom number 3. I like that light up there, that's pretty cool. I like the vibe of this, that little neon light thing. I am a fan of that. We'll walk in here and kind of spin around. You got that window looking up the side of the house, but we also have like an ensuite bathroom in here, which is lovely. I think it's a huge plus for this one. Get the sliding mirrored closet doors there. You walk in here, I'm a fan of that tile too. Nice little upgrades there, the dark cabinets. I like that. So this could technically be a storage unit, or not storage unit, like storage room, empty room, similar to the last house that we saw. Or you can, spend a couple extra bucks and get the suite set up. Anyways, all right, let's walk on in to the rest of the house now, and boom. All right, being greeted by a really nice open concept living area here. So you got kind of our dining room set up right there with the area rug, the chandelier hanging. That's a really cool chandelier hanging down. I like that. Kind of got that little feel there. Window looking off to the side of the house. Spin it around and kind of just show you guys the kitchen. So they got 3 there. You could probably honestly squeeze 4. And I do like the tile work on it. That's really cool. I know my thinking those are like big old jar things. I do like the dark cabinets. Oh, that's cool. That backsplash is dope. Me likey. Pretty cool feel here. I like how open this whole thing is. I love entertaining and having people over for game nights or birthday parties or watching sporting events and stuff like that. I think this is just a really nice open living area that can accommodate a lot of people. So you got 2,000 square feet, but it feels like a house that can accommodate a lot of people. All right, and then right here we got our pantry. All right, this glass door, that's got to be an upgrade. Positive. All right, but you do have a nice sized pantry in here, lots of space. A pocket pantry in the corner here. And then yeah, just a really nice setup with this living room. Like the decorations here. A little cozy carpet area rug there. Nice big coffee table. Oh, The Sandlot. That is like that is my favorite movie of all time right there. I'm gonna get copyright right here just for showing this. Killing me, Smalls. All right, we'll walk on. Oh, I skipped the backyard. All right, so this one does not have a cover. I'll just kind of show you what it looks like without the patio cover back here. All right, but you got unobstructed views of the natural beauty up there. You get a feel for this backyard. Pretty good sized yards here, and some of them are gonna have that slope. And usually when there's that slope, they do kind of set it up with a drip system. You kind of basically a starter kit, Mr. T starter kit for the hill. Just turn it on, let it drip. If you want something cool, that's on you. But really nice sized backyards here. Anyway, so just like the other 3 houses, we got the master kind of just tucked off into the back. The master bedroom here. Very spacious. Like a little light picture up there too. Lots of space up here. Nice setup on this wall for your TV or whatever you want to do up here. And once again, love the accent wall with the wood paneling, the color, pop of color and everything there. Just a really nice fan of the way Tri-Point designs their stuff. And decorates. And then you got this little bench thing at the bottom with the bed. Walk on into our master bathroom. Ooh, I like the flooring here. Nice little couch by the shower. I don't know what that's all about. A little sofa there, but whatever. Each his own. We got the dual sinks right there, the medicine cabinet, all the normal stuff. Walk further back here. We got our linen closet. I would imagine there's probably an option to turn this into like a soaking tub and a walk-in shower here to lose the linen closet. Just speculating, I don't know for sure. All right, then right here we got our throne area. There, and then over here, you got okay, cool. You got a mirrored closet entry thing. All right, and then this is kind of, it's a freaking out for a second. It's a double mirror, both sides. All right, but we do have the closet here, so once again, there's actually a lot of space in this one. It's not like worthy of the full spin test. I had to like flex my arms down, shrink them up a little bit for you guys. All right, but this one's definitely bigger than the other two. So this one probably will get the job done compared to the other two. But I guess it just really depends on how much clothes you guys got. So again, this right here was the Holly. It's 1,941 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms, plus a den, options for the covered patio or an extra bathroom with the ensuite, that sort of stuff. And this one starts at $624,000. All right, guys, so as for walking to the next, normally I start at the next house, but I'm walking to the next house and I just want to show you guys how sweet this view is on these hills. I'm walking straight out of house number 3 right now, and I just saw and how beautiful and gorgeous and peaceful this was. So anyways, so we're going to do a live walk to the next one here. All right, the next one we're going to see is the Willow. I'm excited to show you guys this one because this is a model I haven't seen yet. All of these houses, all the floor plans that are in this community here, like as I mentioned in the opening, are also available in Winchester. All right, for a little bit of a steeper price. But this Willow that we're about to see right now, one right behind me right here, it's not modeled over there. So I've been in it. I've been in a stock house or spec houses out in the field. So I haven't shown you guys the actual model. So I'm excited to show you guys this. So right behind me, we got the Willow. It is going to be 2,532 square feet, all the way up to 2,775 on the square footage. Options for 5 to 6 beds, 3 to 4 baths. You do have the option for a 3-car garage here, so that's kind of where the square footage difference comes into play there. And this one starts at $634,000. So my eyes are all squinty because I didn't put my glasses on. I'm going to show you guys that view as we walked up, but I'm just going to show you guys. We're kind of right on top of this. There's a shorter driveway here, but let me kind of show you some curb appeal here. Probably saw it in the drone shots, but pretty massive house here. And then one other thing is some of these are going to have RV parking available on the sides here. So you have the extra space on the side here for RV parking, which I know for someone who's living out lake life is usually a huge plus. Anyways, so let's go on up and see this baby. The little covered porch patio deal there with the bench off to the side. Walk on it. Ooh, this is impressive. All right. Oh, you know what? I was gonna skip this one and just show you guys like the live one in the field, which we're gonna see in a second. But yeah, I love the handrail there. Just looks gorgeous. And that's an awesome chandelier hanging down too. I'm just totally nerding out on the design stuff here. So we'll go upstairs in a second. All right, but then you got this nice mirror as we enter right there. Entryway table off to the side over here. Very grand as you enter. All right, but first things first, let's just turn to the left here. And we've got bathroom number 1. It's a dark trim there, dark finishes. I like that. Handles, faucets, all the stuff. Now, bathroom number 1 right here at the front of the house, right next to bedroom number 1. Pretty standard sized bedroom. Ceilings are high here. I do like to mention kind of the ceiling height because some builders are like only 8 feet high and it just feels right on top of you. You get the 9-foot ceilings here. And then I'm liking wallpaper there too. Closet in the corner. We'll get to that in a second. A nice little bedroom here at the front of the house. Pop in walk-in this around. No, so kind of just a little pop-in closet there. Lots of space. All right, we're gonna trek across the hallway here. Don't be blinded by the stuff to the left. All right, we got our little mini movie here. I'm laughing because that thing's so short. You can hang some stuff there, I guess, and put something under there. Mini movie theater. All right, and then back here we've got, this is super cool. Little man cave action here. All right, so this is kind of like a den, I guess. It doesn't say den on the sheet here. Is this a bed? No, it's not a bed. I don't know what you call this. I'm gonna call this just a man cave. All right, but a nice little area here, right off of the garage. The garage entry is right here. All right, so this could maybe be where you have the 3-car garage and lose this area. All right, but you got this little entryway right there as you enter, and then you got this little like den flex space thingy. I like those built-in cabinets. The countertop there, that like brick textured wall. This is super cool. I am a big fan. See that window looking off the side there. To your RV that I showed you earlier, the RV parking here. Anyways, all right, before I get lost. Okay, here we go. This is good. Okay, good. I should have showed you guys this earlier. So here is how we have it set up for this video, right? With the flex room there, flex 2, right? Or you can do the 3-car garage there with the service door on the side. Anyways, all right, so now we're into our kind of open downstairs living area here. Give you a little feel for this, kind of spin it around for you. All right, so we got our kitchen right here. A nice island. Those lights are really cool too. And they got it set up for 3. That's probably about right. Those are kind of wider, some wide butts there. So maybe you give it 4. You do have the sink in the center of the island here. But lots of space so you kind of just see all the way down to the TV. Everyone's included. They feel a part of. You got these big tile backsplash back here. Hood. Microwave and oven over there. All right, and then back in this corner, it's got like a little workstation. I know Pulte, they call it the Pulte Planning Center or something. Bottom line is, this is an area you can set up an office and work. And homework station, Etsy station, whatever you want to do, this little empty space. Totally up to you. And then you got the pantry off that. Really good sized pantry on this one. Feels endless almost. Lots of space there. And we'll kind of just flow into the rest of this living area. So you got your designated dining area right here. Suppose you don't have to do that. You could do that empty and kind of, I don't know. There's different options here. The nice L-shaped couch here. I like the way they set this one up. I like that mirror right there too. Kind of opens up the space. There's a really nice feeling. Lights. Lots of windows letting the natural light in. All right, you have the slider there too. So lots of light coming through this general area. Just a really nice feel down here. You got that kind of blue colored accent wall there. I do like when they have the windows on each side of like the TV area. Kind of just gives them some symmetry to everything. I am a fan of that. And then you got the double sliders here with the covered patio. Let's see, it's covered out here. Man, these yards on these models are humongous. Once again, I'm just getting lost in the sauce up there. Whew. Guys, this backyard is humongous. The views up there, man, gorgeous. Probably annoying you guys. Oh well. Love views. All right, let's go ahead and head upstairs on this one. Show you guys that nice handrail. All right, real quick, as I'm going ahead and doing that, if you like anything you see today, make sure you go ahead and reach out with it. Coming out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I would love to be your local guide to the area and help you find your summer in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. All right, and also keep in mind, I have relationships with all these builders at all these spots. All right, so I was out last weekend with multiple of you guys, and they're like, oh man, you actually really do know all these people. Because yeah, I go to these different builders, like, oh hey Mike, how's it going? And super friendly, everyone knows me. So if you want to get in the back pockets, get the best deals, go ahead and reach out because I got them. Anyways, all right, we got to the top of the stairs here. Very grand as it look down. I like the paneling on this wall, chandelier looking down, that little light, beautiful. I love the handrail up here. All right, anyway, so we're at the top of the stairs. All right, the master's gonna be that way. We'll save it for last. We'll turn to the left. And we've got, I guess I'll start here. We got our next bedroom up here. I lost count, so my editors will throw it on the screen. Thank you, editors. We got a little crib here. Long live boyhood. Got a little car wallpaper too. Nice window looking out to the back. Spin it around. Little man cave for Caleb. Cool little setup here, like that. All right, next to that, we're gonna have our laundry room. Pretty good sized laundry room here. They do kind of have this utility. I'm just gonna show you. I don't think that's an add-on. Like, I don't think you could do that through the builder, is what I'm saying. Utility sink thing there. Hanging cabinets up top, same deal. You got the dark finishes there. You got the brains of the house right there. All right, across the way over here, we've got our next bathroom. Loving the tile floor there. Quartz countertops included. All right. Obviously, I imagine you have to pay extra for those. I've got a nice big mirror here. All the stuff. You will have a privacy door right here. So if you have kiddos getting ready in the morning, someone can be doing their stuff out here. We're brushing their teeth, washing their face, doing their hair. Someone else can go in the bathroom or taking a bath or a shower or whatever they do in the mornings. My kids just usually yell at each other. Maybe yours do too. All right. Off of that, we got another bedroom back here. Really wide on this one. I'm not a huge fan of floral stuff, but that wallpaper is pretty cool. If you're into floral stuff, I like the hand-drawn feel to some of this stuff. And that there, nice dresser. Then you got this little pop-in closet. This window first. I want to show you guys some of the views. You got lake. I don't know if you've seen the video, but I can see water. There's lake view out there, and out that way a little bit. All right, so if you squint your eyes real hard, you can see some water. Anyway, so we do have like a little pop-in walk-in closet over here. Lots of space in the corner. Walk on across to our next bedroom. Little basketball themed room here. All right, pretty standard sized room. Spin it around. Yeah, when I show you guys, this is a bad example because there's no house there, but that's kind of what the backyards look like as they come. They will not have like trash like that, but you just the dirt that you're gonna have. They'll maintain those hills a little bit, but anyways, pretty good sized room here for a secondary room. The ceilings are a little bit shorter up here, about 8-foot ceilings up here. Just is in the know. Asshole hoop set up there. And then once again, a little pop-in walk-in closet here in the corner for this person. Anyways, let's trek back across the other way and go to the master. So no loft in this house, this floor plan. All right, there is a lot of space, and you could use that flex room downstairs, get rid of the 3-car garage. All right, so we got the master bedroom right here. Love the symmetry with the windows on each side. Love the blue and the paneling. Really nice pop of color there. Elevate your room. Window looking at the back. All the normal bid stuff. Really good sized room here. And then we've got our our master bathroom. Oh, I am fired up. One house today get to do a tub test for you guys. So you do have the soaking tub, the walk-in shower here with the black trim. I love that. I am going to do my tub test here. Show you guys what's up. Give you guys a little feel. There we go. All right. So for those of you that don't know, all right, my brother-in-law, I do the spin test. Obviously, you guys have seen that. We have a channel in Houston, Texas as well. So if you guys are considering moving to Texas, like I know some of you guys are, let me know because I'll hook you up with my brother-in-law who does the same thing. So anyways, I got the spin test here in these closets. He does the tub test in Texas. All right, so I'm totally gonna jack that. So first opportunity today for a tub test. I am 5'10", 5'11", around there, 225. So you get a little feel for the tub here. All right, my legs are scrunched up a little bit. All right, so if you're someone who's like 6'2" or bigger, it might not work out. You have to have your knees all bent up. Anyways, I want to give you guys the real deal. Show you guys how big these tubs are, or not. So you get a taste of that. Anyways, so we got that. Then we've got the dual sinks here. Once again, dark finishes, medicine cabinet. We've got our throne area right there. And we go over here and we've got our walk-in closet. Pretty good amount, okay. Pretty good amount of space on this one. All right, so this is like super long. So like you guys are on one of the rods, my arms are spread out all the way. I'm maybe halfway to the next one. All right, you see here, it kind of just wraps around, almost like an L-shaped closet. You got a little window here looking out. So that one is that. And that is gonna wrap up our model tours for today. All right, we're still gonna hop on a map. I'm gonna show you guys some of these quick move-ins to show you guys what they look like out in the field for real. So you can see what your money actually gets you. with all these upgrades potentially. Anyways, this right here was the Willow. All right, the way we see it right now is 2,775 square feet because I got rid of that 3-car garage. You could also come as 2532 on the square footage, 5 to 6 bedrooms, 3 to 4 baths, lots of different options. Anyways, this one starts at $634,000. Alrighty guys, so next up I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna hop on the map and show you guys what it's like to actually live here, whether school, shopping, medical care, things to do, all that sort of stuff. All right, but one of the first things I wanted to do, I kind of on the opening I mentioned and joked a little bit about being on the other side of the mountain and spending, you know, over $1 million for a townhome. So what I want to do first is show you quickly on the builder's website, same builder, just on the other side of Ortega Highway here, of this hill, excuse me. I want to show you proof that these houses are going for the same square footage just on the other side of the hill for like 1.3 million. So let's dive into the computer. All right, so as promised, I just want to show you here. So here we are. I'll get into the map in a second. We're on this little northwest side of Lake Elsinore here. And as you come through the 74, come down it. All right, you got 8 houses down here in Rancho Mission Viejo. And you can just see right here, all right, at this community, kind of the three high here, little townhome style. You got about 1,700 square feet for a little over 1 million. You got 2,200 square feet for 1.3 million. So, you know, just living 35, 40 minutes on the other side of this hill, basically, you get a lot more space for basically half or even less than half of the price. So anyways, let's go on the map now and kind of show you where we're at. All right, so as I just mentioned, we are on the northwest side of Lake Elsinore. This is kind of, we see the launch point. That's kind of where people go in and launch their boats and that sort of thing. So we're on this northwest side over here. Really solid location as far as close to things to do in schools and all that sort of stuff. So let me start with the schools here. So as far as schools go, elementary school, we are going to be with, where'd it go? Elementary school, Lake Elsinore. Oh my gosh. That's right over here. As far as elementary school, it's going to be a Withrow Elementary School. Whopping 4-minute drive just straight up the road right there. So 4 minutes to elementary school. We're at Terra Cotta Middle School. The middle schooler, about an 8-minute drive, a little bit further up the road here. I actually feel like I was shorter than that when I drove that today, so I don't know if the deal is there. And then we got Lakeside High School, which is basically in the background, a lot of the pictures I'm showing in videos that I've showed you. So 4 minutes to high school there. So all levels of school within a 10-minute drive there. Then as far as things to do and stuff like that and shopping, I'm going to do Stater Brothers and Lake Elsinore. Hopefully I pressed the right one. It's not that one. Stater. I know there's an Albertsons right there. Hold on, 2 Albertsons. They just show you the map. It's right here, Riverside Drive. All right, so this is like the closest shopping straight down the road here, about allegedly a 7-minute drive. Probably just depends on the lights and stuff like that, but you'll see some other things along the way. So really cool, like Mexican restaurants, hole in the wall type things. Got the gas station right here along the way, so you need gas here. Just a couple minutes from the gas station. Taco Bell, KFC. But right here, you're gonna have your Albertsons, and then over here is the Stater Brothers, I believe. Yeah, so Stater Brothers, Albertsons. So the grocery stores that you need are right here. And like I said, there's some other little cool mom and pop burger spots and taco shops and that sort of thing. But what I do want to show you is kind of just the main shopping center in Lake Elsinore. It's only about a 10-minute drive here. So if we went to the Target, all right, so about 11 minutes to this Target right here, which is on the other side of the lake. So, you know, pretty big shopping center over here on this side where you got your McDonald's, you got you know, CVS Pharmacy, you've got your Target, there's a Starbucks in there as well. There's a couple different things here. So then on the other corner over here, you're gonna have your Panera, you got a Miguel's Jr., which is really growing on me lately. I also saw where it says right here, the Ono. I think they turned that into a Habit. I saw when I was driving there today, I saw that. So, but then on this side over here, you got Petco, you got Home Depot, Farmer Boys, El Pollo Loco, IHOP, all kinds of stuff there. And then on the other side of the freeway over here on Central, you've got kind of like the main hub of Lake Elsinore as far as their shopping centers go. So you're gonna have, you know, a big Walmart right here. You got Taco Bell, Raising Cane's. You've got LA Fitness, Chick-fil-A, Golden Corral. This burger place I heard is really good. Haven't tried it yet. You got Chipotle. Burger King's a dying breed, which I absolutely love. You got Lowe's. There's also a Costco on this side over here. So this shopping center is a Costco on Central. Just to show you guys, it's probably what, 15 minutes. Yeah, 15-minute drive to Costco. So lots of shopping within 15 minutes, pretty much everything you need within 15 minutes. And then the other part of this is you got the Lake Elsinore Storm minor league baseball stadium right across the lake over here. So About a 15-minute drive. Go enjoy some minor league baseball. Padres single A affiliate, Lake Elsinore Star. Great time going to the stadium here. I go there a couple times a year with the Little League here in Menifee. Going down this diamond tap room down left field line is awesome. Little party deck down here, so just a really good time to hang out at the minor league game down there. All right. Next up, let's touch on, I guess, the malls. So it's a Promenade Temecula, the most traditional mall in the area. Alrighty, so the more traditional malls down in Temecula, so about a 30-minute drive. So it's a little bit of a ways, but it is the most traditional mall. You're also gonna have, once again, another Costco down there. You've got movie theaters, bowling alleys, Dick's Sporting Goods, Apple Store, Lululemon, Yard House. So some cool stuff down there. Let's do Changa Casino. So the casino down there is about 35 minutes. We got Old Town Temecula. All right, although you got a kind of a similar vibe, it's maybe not as upscale or nightlifey in Lake Elsinore with some of the stuff there on the lake, but with Old Town Temecula, about a 30-minute drive. Wine Country, I'll do Callaway. Wine Country, all right, 35, 40 minutes into Wine Country, so kind of just things to do, nightlife, that sort of thing, aside from Lake Elsinore living. As far as hospitals and stuff like that, let's do Inland Valley Regional Medical Center. It's probably the closest hospital. All right, about allegedly a 25-minute drive. It's a straight shot, but there's just traffic down these roads right here. So about 25 minutes to the hospital. There's also a Kaiser facility. Kaiser in Wildomar. All right, so same deal, about 20-25 minutes there. So those are kind of like the closest medical facilities. So not super close, but it is what it is. I just want to make you guys aware of what's going on, what's around the area. School, shopping, medical care, things to do a little bit. Let's do airports next. So actually I'm gonna do, because I've mentioned the Ortega Highway here, let's just directions into I don't know, Rancho Mission Viejo. Just a straight shot through here. All right, about 35-40 minutes to get through over here, but I am gonna let's just put Irvine Spectrum, because I know this place people have gone before. All right, about an hour from the Irvine Spectrum, just cutting through there. So just want to get you guys, because I know, this is a good spot for people who are potentially working in Orange County, but like I mentioned earlier, want that cheaper price point to live in, want a little more space, want kind of that more nature, vibey, lake life feel. So about a little bit less than an hour from the Irvine Spectrum. And again, it's 3 o'clock on a Tuesday, so just, traffic's traffic. Alrighty, but let's go to the John Wayne Airport. So to get to the Orange County Airport, about an hour and 5 minutes. If you want to go to the Ontario Airport, about an hour and 5 minutes, but you see tons of traffic here on the 15, which is not actually, maybe in this way, because normally when I do these, I go up to 215 because I'm always in this Menifee area. So maybe that's typical. Who knows? All right. We got the Palm Springs Airport. Once again, these are mainly for points of reference, guys, just so you guys can kind of know. I don't expect you guys to be, traveling out of Palm Springs to the airport there necessarily, but if you want to go play golf or go to one of the resorts, you kind of have a point of reference to see how far it is. So hour 40 there. Same thing with San Diego. I know there's a lot of military people, military families that I'm helping move up to this area who still need to commute down to the bases down there. So knowing where the San Diego airport's good, because you just point of reference with the gas lamp and military bases and that sort of thing. So about an hour 40 there. And we got LAX. LAX is a little bit less than 2 hours. So once again, you got some traffic up here on the 15 freeway there. So, with our location in Lake Elsinore, it's not that friendly to go outside of things per se, as far as, other than traveling into Orange County for work and that sort of thing. It's about an hour. So it's really one of the most convenient spots for people who need to commute to Orange County still, whether it be for travel or work or family, whatever. Next up, let's do fun stuff. So do Disneyland. An hour and 15 minutes from Disneyland. Do some beaches next. La Jolla Shores Beach. Hour and 20. The Oceanside Pier. Oceanside Pier is about an hour and 10. And then we'll do Dana Point. All right, 45, 55 minutes. So that's relatively close there. So the beaches in Orange County are probably your best bet. So anyways, yeah, so we've toured the 4 models, went over the map. All right, the last thing I want to do is go ahead and just show you guys quickly 2 quick move-ins that are available. One of them is like ready to rock and roll, basically their house of the week. It's a 5-bedroom, Plan 5 Willow. We've also got a Plan 4 on here, and then one of these has a 3.6% rate. So stick around and learn a little bit about that. Alrighty, so real quick, I wanted to show you guys what these things actually look like with something that's actually available right now. So this right here is going to be lot 89. This one here is basically a Plan 4. It's a Tory, which I did not show you guys in the models. I don't have it modeled here. All right, it's 2,216 square feet. Typically 4 to 5 bedrooms plus a loft. You got 3 bathrooms. And this one starts at $592, but the one behind me that's ready to rock and roll right now is going to be $651,000. Now they got a really cool deal in this one because they have an escalator deal, like incentive on this, where you can get into this house at a 3.6% rate for the first year. Then it goes up to like a 4.6, and then for the 30-year, it's like a 5.3 something. So don't quote me on all that. I do know it starts at 3.6, but anyways, let's go up and kind of just see this one quickly. All right, for these quick movements, I'm kind of just going to show you the bottom downstairs area just to give you a little feel for it. Walk on in. Not done yet. This one's super cool because you've got lake views on this one. So we turn to the left over here. I do like the color combos here with the light cabinets, the dark handles. You have a bathroom there. Bedroom up here at the front of the house. You can see they're still doing some stuff. You got the upgraded right here, no pony wall. You got the handrail there. And kind of just show you guys, they're putting some of the appliances and stuff in today. All right, but you got a nice big island right here. Dark finishes. This is just a very nice feel to this one. All right, almost, you see all the windows, the natural light. You got the double slider here. All right, but my favorite part of this is, like, number one, you got this nice big flat backyard right here. And then you got, boom, lake views right out there. So I'm gonna go upstairs and kind of show you, but a nice big flat backyard, blank canvas for you. And then that's kind of what they look like with just a cement block for you. All right, but let's go upstairs and just check this thing out super quick. And this is the one that should be done by, I think it's at the end of July, maybe of August. All right, so you come up here. You are gonna have a loft on this one. And a nice little loft area up here at the top of the stairs. Bedrooms and stuff all down there, but I wanted to show you kind of just master. So a really good sized master bedroom up here. Lots of windows. Oh, I'm going there and doing some stuff back there, but nice big closet. But yeah, boom. From this bedroom, you got lake views. Super cool there, and this is kind of still part of our community down here with people that just moved in. Just used to their backyards and stuff. But yeah, lake views over there. I wonder if you can see the baseball stadium across the way when the lights are on at night or something. I don't know. Just fun. Anyways, all right, let's go see the last quick move-in real quick. Okie doke. So last but not least, I wanted to show you guys this quick move-in that they're trying to get rid of in a beautiful location here. This right here is a Plan 5 Willow. All right, this one right here is gonna be $25.32 on the square footage. It's been discounted $49,000. All right, so they're asking $659 for this one. There is a $15,000 incentive on it as well. But just kind of show you guys the location. We're at the kind of end of a cul-de-sac right here with people who've already moved in. But really nice curb appeal on this one. This is like hills behind it, the sky. Whew, that is gorgeous. Anyway, so we're gonna go up and see this one right here against the Willow. All right, they want this one for $659. All right, anyway, we'll walk on in and see this baby. There's a 3-car garage on this one. But once again, we've kind of already I showed you this one already. I just want to show you like a live move-in. This one's lightly staged, give you a feel, but this is exactly what your money can get you in this house. All right, so you remember on the model they had the handrails kind of all the way up there. But anyways, this is kind of how this one's set up. You can have the carpet throughout the basic flooring. I do have people for flooring and stuff. So you don't ever feel like you need to go through the builder. Sometimes it is more economical, right? But I do have people and contacts for flooring. But I just want to show you guys kind of what this house in particular gets you. Probably just going to show you the downstairs on this one. All right. So that's kind of the stock flooring. At a lot of the builders, guys, that's the stock flooring there. That like linoleum tile stuff and carpet. Okay. But they do have some upgrades here with the cabinets, the nice island. And then one thing I really love is the backsplash. The upgraded extended backsplash up here. So a nice feel to all of that stuff. And then you got your little workstation deal back here. Remember in the model that was set up with like a desk and stuff. Then we got our pantry off to the side over here. Whole little living area. I'm not gonna go through the whole deal for you guys, but they got the double sliders. And then they did put, open, oh, can I open it? They do have the covered patio on this one. All right, so when you just get the covered patio, you see you just get enough cement to go underneath that, and the rest of it's all length for you. And then as I mentioned before, when you have a slope like this, they kind of, like I said, the Mr. T starter set, where they're gonna get you started on it, put a little drip system for you, and it's on you to either add to it or maintain it or whatever. So you got the wrought iron fences up there. Man, the nature, I hear it, love it. Anyway, so I'm not gonna go through the whole house on this one for you. So this right here was Plan 5 Willow, $659,000. Like I said, this one's been discounted to almost $50,000 already. So they got $15,000 in incentives on this one. Got the kind of an upgraded kitchen a little bit. You got the covered patio, good spot at the end of the cul-de-sac. So if you want to do something there, let me know. Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Alrighty guys, so that was Echo Highlands in the city of Lake Elsinore by Tri-Point Homes. Went ahead and showed you guys all 4 models they've got. Keep in mind there's 5 floor plans. We did end up showing you all 5 floor plans because I did hop in and show you guys 2 of the quick move-ins with some really cool incentives, including that one with a 3.6% rate to get started. All right, so showed you guys basically 6 houses, hopped on a map, showed you guys what it was like to actually live here, whenever school, shopping, medical care, things to do, all that sort of stuff. I talked about these big, beautiful hills behind me. If you're someone who needs to commute to Orange County, this is a great spot. You can get into this neighborhood in the low 500,000s all the way up to, honestly, into the high 6s, if we're being truthful. But you're just a stone's throw away from Orange County. So if someone needs to commute on or take a highway, boom, you're right there. You got your job, but you're not spending $1.5 million to live in a townhouse. You got these nice, beautiful communities here with these cul-de-sacs. You're right on the lake, 5 minutes from shopping, 10 minutes from Costco and Target, and all the stuff that you could ever need to live life. All right, plus, like I said, you got the lake that is right here as well. So if you like anything you see today, make sure you go ahead and reach out. Whether you come out today, tomorrow, next week, next month, whenever. I would love to be a local guide to the area, help you find your somewhere in SoCal, whether it's here or somewhere else. All right, like I mentioned, these exact floor plans are available in Winchester as well. It's a little bit of a higher price point, but if you don't need to commute into Orange County and you have a little bit higher budget, you can go into Mariposa, Winchester area and get the same exact floor plans in a little bit of a different area. The other thing, this is a show I post every single Saturday at 8 a.m. So if you like the sort of stuff between new houses, new communities, showing you guys what it's like to live somewhere in SoCal. If you like the stuff, do the stuff, like, subscribe, tap that notification bell. That way you stay up to date on everything going on in this local area. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna let you guys get out of here too. So YouTube has input a video over this shoulder. If you like this video, you're probably gonna like that one. I'll see you in there.